Evening, everyone, and welcome to the Suburban Land Agency's Taylor Ballot Information Evening. My name is Alyssa Singer, and I am from the Suburban Land Agency's Mingle Community Development team, and I will be moderating tonight's session. As we begin, I would like to start with an acknowledgement of country in language. Dada Nuna, Dada Nunuwa, Yangu, Nalamanyan, Dunimanyan, Nunuwa Wari, Dada Wari, Dindi, Wangirilin Jinyen. This is Ngunnawal country. Today we gather and meet in Ngunnawal country. We pay our respects to the elders. Tonight, like all of you, we're delivering this from our houses while we're in lockdown, so we're providing a truly authentic experience for you. I'm also joined tonight by a panel of experts who will be answering your questions later on, and I'd like to introduce them to you now. Dave?
Good evening, my name's David Lawrence. I'm the Suburban Land Agency's Senior Development Director for Taylor.
Thank you so much, Dave. Kathy?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kathy, Director of Sales and Client Relations.
Thank you so much. And Cassandra?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cassandra Cumberland from Independent Property Group, and I'm the selling agent for Taylor.
Thank you so much to everyone on our panel. Shortly, I will be sharing with you a video that has information on the ballot process and information on Taylor. But before we get to the main event, I would like to run you through a bit of housekeeping on how the Q&A session is going to work tonight. If you have a question at any time throughout the session, you can use the blue button. It's located at the top of your screen. What that will do is enable you to write your question in. After the pre-recorded video, we'll have some time set aside so we can answer these questions live. We would also like to receive your feedback at the end of the session so you can let us know what you thought. That's the yellow button located at the top of your screen and will also be at the end of the session. So now it is time for us to share our pre-recorded video with you. It's got information about the Taylor estate and the ballot process. Don't forget, you are welcome to ask questions throughout the session, and we will begin to answer these at the end of the presentation.
Hi, I'm Chantal Lustry from the Suburban Land Agency's marketing team. And welcome to our pre-record information session for the final Taylor ballot release. This recording will be truly authentic as we are currently in lockdown and are shooting the video from the comfort of our own homes. I will also be joined by Dave, Taylor's Senior Development Manager, and by Kathy, our Sales and Client Relations Director. In tonight's video, we're excited to share with you a bit about who we are, the growing Taylor community, and about how you can buy in this final Taylor ballot release. To begin with, I will tell you a bit about the Suburban Land Agency. We are the agency that designs, develops and sells land on behalf of the ACT government. We help build new communities in Canberra such as Taylor, with the aim of balancing social, economic and environmental benefits for all Canberrans. We're responsible for delivering neighbourhoods that are inclusive, sustainable and diverse. We have a range of skills in our team, from planning to project management, engineering, sales and marketing. I am proud to be part of this organisation and to be playing a key role in the future development of Canberra. At the Suburban Land Agency, we're not just about the design and construction of the newest Canberra suburbs. We are also about creating great places where communities thrive. I will now hand over to Dave Lawrence, Taylor's Senior Development Manager, who will take you through the design of this community and all it has to offer.
Thanks, Chantal, and welcome everybody to my home. So let's talk about Taylor's location. Most of you are likely to be familiar where Taylor is located in the Gungahlin region, across from Moncrieff and in between Jacka and Casey. Even closer are a variety of nearby shopping centres. Casey Market, Amaroo Group Centre and Moncrieff Group Centre, which is soon to be established. There are also plans for a small retail area in Taylor. The Suburban Land Agency started developing Taylor in 2016. Many of the blocks in this land release are located in the final stage at the very top of Taylor, with gorgeous views over the city. The Taylor community has many services which are great for the whole family. Children already attend the Murray Primary School, and a future government high school is also planned and expected to be open for the 2024 year. There are some fantastic local parks, green spaces and playgrounds to enjoy, which is suitable for children of all ages. Taylor backs onto an expansive nature reserve with One Tree Hill located towards the top of the suburb. While you can't walk up the hill from Taylor at the moment, we have plans to connect to One Tree Hill in the near future. There's also a great path network throughout Taylor and beyond, so you can walk or cycle into wider Canberra. Active living is a big part of Taylor's design. This will continue with the creation of additional playing fields and a sports pavilion located near the school. You'll also notice a variety of small creeks and ponds throughout the suburb. These support the flow of rainwater and help support the natural environment for wildlife, including native birds that are attracted to the area. The Taylor community is already established and you can access all it has to offer.
The SLA's award-winning Mingle Community Development Program is well established in Taylor. Here's an introduction about how the Mingle team works directly in the community.
Our Mingle team is here to help kickstart your community as the Suburban Land Agency's commitment to creating great places where communities thrive.
Come and connect to your place. Mingle is here to help you start the community journey. Mingle will work with the residents in the early years of your new suburb.
We can help create a safe place through a local neighbourhood watch group. We can help create a fun place for kids with regular playgroups and activities for teens.
We can help create a sustainable community with environmental groups and local communal gardens. We can help create an active community with dog walks and walking and cycling groups.
We are here to empower community members to feel like they belong. We are here to connect you to other government agencies, community organisations and local social interest groups.
Mingle provides information on your local area and helps you develop skills to enrich your community.
Hi, I'm Kathy from the Sales and Client Relations team. Welcome to my home. I'll be providing details about the blocks available in this release and how you can buy in the Taylor Ballot. There's been a strong recent demand in Taylor, and this release will be one of the final opportunities to purchase a block in the suburb. We are working closely with Independent Property Group, our appointed selling agent, so please get in touch with any questions that you have. If you're thinking about buying in Taylor, here are some quick facts about the final release by ballot in Taylor. If you do nothing else before you purchase a block, please consider these 4 things to get prepared from today. Number 1, speak to your bank and solicitor to make sure that you're in a position to purchase a block. Number 2, check out the sales pack and key dates on our website. Number 3, start looking at blocks to find out the one that suits you. You need some help? That's easy. Just get in touch with our sales agent, Independent Property Group. And number 4, we have a guide for buying land from the Suburban Land Agency, and it's available on our website, and it's designed to help you throughout the buying and building journey. The guide to buying land from the Suburban Land Agency will guide you through the buying and building process. You can find the guide on our website and will feel better prepared to pick your block, exchange, settle and begin to build. So now I'll take you through the ballot process. It's one of the longest campaigns and runs for almost 9 weeks, beginning with registration and ending with block selection event where you'll pick a block. You'll be emailed a link to the SLA's online registration form, which can be completed whether you're a company or an individual. And please note that you can only complete one form, and it must include all legal names of those who will be listed on the contract. If multiple forms are completed with different legal names, you'll be given the chance to combine the information onto one form after the registration period. This will happen after the registration period and before the ballot draw. Please give this careful consideration. If these names are not combined, they may be identified as duplicate entries later on in the ballot, and both entries may be removed as a result. So now, onto some important dates to keep in mind. Thursday, the 23rd of September is an important date to mark in your calendar. You'll be able to access the block list and sales pack on our website. It's worth reviewing these documents early so you can make sure that you don't miss out on any of the important information such as key dates and sales conditions. The registration period will open at 12:30 p.m. on Thursday the 23rd of September and will close at 12:30 p.m. on Thursday the 30th of September. A randomised draw will be held next, and this process will be witnessed by ACT Gambling and Racing. You will be notified of your place in the draw by the 15th of October. You will need to confirm your continued interest to participate in the ballot by the 12th of November. And to be clear, it does not matter how quickly you register to participate in the ballot. By randomising all registrants, this means that everyone will have an equal opportunity at being allocated an appointment to then purchase a block. On the 16th of November, we will let you know if you've received an appointment for Block Selection Day, which begins a few days later. The block selection event is the most exciting day for us all. It will begin on Saturday the 20th of November, and we can't wait to see you there to celebrate such a wonderful milestone. A total of 300 appointments will be allocated throughout the event for the purchase of 115 blocks. If you purchase a block at your block selection appointment, you will need to sign a sale contract and pay your exchange deposit of 5% of the price. You will then have 60 days to settle, and that is when you will need to pay the remaining 95% of the purchase price. Can't attend your appointment? This isn't a problem, as you can send what's known as an agent in your place to select your block. They'll need to bring with them a completed appointment of agent form to the appointment.
The most important thing is to begin preparing now and reach out with any questions you may have, either to the SLA or to our appointed selling agent, Independent Property Group.
Thank you so much for everyone that was involved in our pre-record video. We are now over to the question and answer part of this evening's event. We've got about 15 minutes to answer as many of these questions as we can. I would like to begin by reintroducing our panel for tonight. Dave Lawrence, Senior Development Manager for Taylor.
Hello.
Kathy Torcasio from the Sales and Client Relations team.
Hello, everyone.
And Cassandra Cumberland, our sales agent from Independent Property Group. We're now going to answer some of the key questions you put forward tonight. Rest assured, if we don't get to all of them, we will be sending a follow-up email. Let me just open these. Okay, so my first question is to you, Cassandra. What are the block sizes and where can I find this information?
Okay, the block sizes in this release will be from 316 square metres up to 1,249 square metres. You'll be able to find this information on the Suburban Land Agency's website.
Thank you very much. Kathy, a question for you. Can my partner and I register for the ballot separately?
So your partner and yourself, no, that would be a related party. So what I'd prefer you to do is go onto the website and under clause 14 in the ballot conditions, you can look up what related parties means. And unfortunately, if it's your partner, you won't be able to apply separately or register separately.
Thank you very much. Cassandra, one for you. Can you tell me a bit about the types of blocks that are available?
Okay, so we have many different types of blocks in Taylor, from different sizes, outlooks to zonings, but I would suggest that you get in touch with us or you take a look on the website and look at what's available.
Thank you. Dave, one for you. Can you tell us a bit about the nearby school?
Okay, so there's currently already a primary school. That's the Margaret Hendry Primary School. So that's kindy to year 6, and it opened in 2019. So that's been open for a couple of years. Adjacent to that, there's a site that's currently being developed by Department of Education for the high school. So that's years 7 to 10. And that's expected to be open for the school year 2024 and cater for approximately 800 students.
Lovely, thank you. Kathy, one for you. Can someone choose more than one block?
No, only one block per application. So we're trying to keep it as fair and equitable as much as we can to give everyone an opportunity to purchase a block in this ballot.
Lovely, thank you. Cassandra, one for you. Are there any house and land packages available?
In this ballot, there will only be land available. However, the Suburban Land Agency may have house and land packages in other estates. So I suggest once again you jump onto their website to have a look and find out more.
Thank you. Dave, one for you. How can someone build an environmentally friendly home?
Okay, so probably the first thing you want to do is speak to your architect or your designer so that you can design the house appropriate for the block. So things like solar orientation and working with the slope, etc. And one of the things you want to consider is looking for materials, sustainable materials that are sourced from appropriate areas, etc.
Thank you. Kathy, one for you. Are there any government incentives for this ballot?
No, unfortunately, not in this particular ballot. However, if you'd like to find out more about government incentives, you can get onto the website, ACT Revenue website. We'll have a few other incentives like the stamp duty concession that you can find more about. And I think even on our website, you can find out about that one as well.
Lovely. One back over to you, Cassandra. When will the price list be available?
Okay, so the price list will be available from tomorrow afternoon, and I'm sure that Kathy will talk more about that in future questions.
Thank you. Dave Lawrence, one for you. Is there going to be a shopping centre in Taylor?
Eventually, we hope there will be. There's a site which is zoned for a local centre. So that's your small sort of IGA style shopping centre, etc. So we're going through the sales process of that at the moment. And we're also developing a group centre. So that's a slightly larger shopping centre across the road in Moncrief.
Lovely. And what about parks? Are there barbecues? What sort of facilities are there?
So currently there's 4 parks in Taylor, which are ready to use at the moment. Obviously, making sure we're behaving as far as COVID rules, etc. None of those, unfortunately, have barbecues. However, if you're looking for barbecues, the nearest ones are in the Moncrief Crib, which is a large park, again, just across the road, and there's a number of barbecues there.
Thank you. Cassandra, one for you. What is the time gap between buying your land, paying the deposit, and the final settlement?
Okay, so at the day of block selection will be the day that you select a block and exchange contracts and pay your deposit. From there, you'll have 60 days to then settle on your purchase.
Thank you. Kathy, one for you. Is there a land rent program in this ballot?
No, there's no land rent program in this ballot. This is the final ballot for Taylor. For future land rent programs, I recommend that you register online and you'll be the first to know for upcoming land rent ballots in other estates.
Thank you. Cassandra, one for you. If we have multiple applications, can we have one in our name and then one in the family trust name?
So unfortunately not, because one, you would be classified as a related party, but also trusts cannot enter into the ballot. It can only be individuals or companies.
Thank you very much. Kathy, one for you. When does the ballot process start?
Oh, this is exciting, everybody. It starts tomorrow. So 12:30 tomorrow, it'll be up on the website where you can register online, and it'll be open for 1 week. So until the 30th, which is next Thursday at 12:30, it'll close. So don't think it's first in, best dressed. You've got, that whole week to register, and make sure when you do register that you have your driver's license and your passport, because we need to capture, those details ready. Then the ballot process after that, the second date will be the 5th of October, where we go through the combined applications. And if you need to amend, if you think you've done something wrong and you need to add or take out a new word, that's the time. But after the 5th, there's no amendments that will be accepted after the 5th of October. So just make sure that you're aware of that date. Then on the 13th of October, we will hold the ballot draw, and gambling and racing as commission will be there present with us. So that's the next key date. And then we've got Friday the 12th of November. You can confirm your interest. We'll send you an email to see whether you're still interested to go ahead. So that's another date to keep in mind. And then on the 16th of November, all applicants will be notified via email of your allotted appointment. And the final date is the exciting block selection date, which will be Saturday, the 20th of November. And we will confirm that via email. But for all these dates, because I'm sure you didn't remember all that, it'll be on the website tomorrow, the key dates and requirements. So I recommend that you print it off, put it on your fridge, and keep an eye on all those very important key stages.
Thank you so much. Cassandra, one for you. If I get a block drawn and I decide my situation changes, am I able to transfer the block to a different family member to purchase?
Okay, so once you enter into a contract, you are then bound by that contract. So you can't then transfer it. You also can't transfer your registration. So I suggest that maybe you reach out and get some legal advice prior to entering the ballot or purchasing a block of land.
Thank you. I've got a question here that's asked whether or not the presentation is being recorded tonight and will be made available. The answer to that is yes. Following this session, we will be sending an email, not only with any unanswered questions that we haven't managed to get to, but also with a link to the recorded session that'll be on our website. The next one is back to you, Dave, which I know as an avid mountain biker, you will be able to answer. Can you tell us about the nature reserve surrounding Taylor and the bike trails?
Look, absolutely. So Taylor is right at the very north of Canberra, and it sort of backs onto the nature reserve around the back of One Tree Hill and Oakey Hill. There's already trails up there which are part of the Centennial Trail. And as part of the development, we're working with Parks and Conservation Services to link those trails to the path network within Taylor. So they're not complete yet, but keep a lookout. They'll be there hopefully very soon.
Thank you. Cassandra, one for you. Is the ballot available to people that live in New South Wales?
The ballot is open to anyone that lives in ACT, New South Wales, all across Australia. So jump on tomorrow and you can register then.
Thank you. Dave, another one for you. How do I find out the slope levels on my block?
Okay, so what you need to do is go to our website and have a look at what's called the block details plan. So that shows obviously the details of the block. It shows the width and the length of the block and other details such as an easement, etc. What you want to look for is the contour line. So they're the squiggly little lines that go across the block. Generally, the more lines they have, the steeper the block, the less lines they have, the flatter the block. There's a little key on the bottom right-hand side, or a legend if you like, that tells you the increment between the lines. So generally, it's either a metre or half a metre. So just count the lines and that'll tell you.
Thank you. Kathy, another one for you. If I go to the website, where can I find information on the prices and the block sizes?
Okay, so if you go to the website and just click on Taylor, and under that, tomorrow at 12:30, you'll have a block list and it'll have all the price ranges and price sizes. You'll also have the ballot conditions and the key dates and everything that you'll need to know about this ballot, upcoming ballot.
Thank you. So just to confirm that, there's currently nothing on the website, but it will be available tomorrow.
That's right.
Thank you.
If you have any issues, please feel free to contact Suburban Land Agency or Independent Property Group on 413-980.
Thank
you. Is that
you.
right, Cass? Yeah.
Dave Lawrence, another one for you, back to our sloping block. Are the blocks that we've released very slopey? How do I know if I should build on a slopey block?
There's a variety of blocks up there. Some are reasonably flat, some are quite slopey. As far as whether you should build on a slopey block or not, that's obviously a personal preference. Slopey block gives you a lot of advantages in some ways. You get some much better views. You can do some interesting things for the design. That doesn't necessarily suit everybody. So what I suggest, if you're looking at a slopey block, again, speak to your builder or your architect to see if you can design a house that suits you best before you pick that block.
Lovely. Cassandra, one for you. Someone's just wondering, what is their chance once they register? There's only going to be 115 blocks.
Okay, so there'll be a range of appointments, but I don't think it really comes down to what is your chance. It's about being in the draw to get a selection and get a block appointment day. You know, we've seen many people think that they will never be able to select a block, and, you know, they're the ones that get in. So it's, you know, just jump on, give it a go, and hopefully things work out for the best.
Thank you. Kathy, one for you. Someone's wondering about block selection day. How are the blocks allocated to people, and what happens if certain blocks someone wants is already selected?
Okay, so on block selection day, we strongly recommend that you have a short list of blocks that you are interested in prior to coming. So about 15 to 20 blocks is probably recommended. So then if your block does get taken, you're not disappointed. You can go onto your list and see if your other one is available. On the day, so you've got a block selection appointment, Cassandra will call your name up or your ballot number up, and you'll have 5 minutes to select a block. So it's really important that you know what block you're interested in, because if you don't make it in that 5 minutes, unfortunately, you can miss out.
Thank you. Cassandra, one for you. Are the blocks transferable to anyone else?
Okay, so the block, when you go through the registration, that registration then forms part of the first grant contract. So you unfortunately can't then transfer that block to someone else. Once again, I would suggest that you seek legal advice before entering into a contract.
Thank you. Kathy, one for you. Are businesses allowed to enter the ballot?
Yes, everybody is allowed to enter the ballot, provided that you're eligible. And it's probably best to go onto the ballot conditions on the website to give you the eligibility requirements for that.
Thank you. And I've just got 2 questions that seek some clarification, so I'm going to send them both to you, Cassandra. The first one is just confirming settlement is 60 days after the ballot day?
So the settlement is 60 days from the block selection date. That's when you would enter into the contract.
Thank you. And a second one about buying in a partnership. And what does that mean?
Okay, so if you're buying in a partnership, so if you're buying with a partner, so your spouse or a domestic partner, that is classified as a related party. So you would need to be on the same registration.
Thank you. Kathy, one for you. In the video, we showed a range of dates about the process. Is that going to be published somewhere on the website as well?
Yes, it's the same range of dates that I just went through now. They're the key dates and requirements. That will be published tomorrow afternoon on the website. And you can, it's the same dates that I just rattled off a minute ago.
Thank you. Cassandra, one for you. Can I act for myself instead of through a solicitor?
You can act for yourself. It's up to you. But I would suggest if you've never purchased anything before that you do seek some legal advice beforehand.
Thank you. Kathy, one for you. If I miss this opportunity, what else? What's the next step? What else can we do?
Well, if you miss this opportunity, don't despair. We've got plenty of upcoming releases. So I recommend that you just go online, make sure that you're registered to receive our emails and be the first to know of all those upcoming releases.
Thank you. And now, Dave, I have 2 questions for you.
Yep.
The first one is, are the blocks ready to be built on?
Absolutely. They're what we classify as land ready blocks. So they're built, they're complete, there's no waiting time. So as soon as you settle on the block, it's yours, you can start building.
Thank you. And what are the chances that a dog park will be set up in Taylor?
Good question. We haven't been asked about dog park before. Can I take that on notice? It's probably something we'll need to check with TCCS about the eligibility of putting a dog park in there.
Thank you. That is noted. We will take the answer offline and we will send it in an email. And one for you, probably, Kathy. How long after you purchase your block do you have to start building?
Okay, so I know this answer. I'm just trying to remember it. So it'll depend on your planning approvals. So please refer to EPSDD for more information about those timings. And you can also refer to the standard lease for completion, and we'll have a specimen lease contract on the website to have those timings as well for you.
Thank you. Cassandra, one for you, similar to one we had before, but if someone's personal circumstances change after buying the block of land, can they sell it on?
Okay, so selling it on, I would suggest that you seek legal advice on that, but generally you would need to get ministerial consent to be able to then sell the block on.
Thank you. Dave, I've got another two to you. The first one is around public transport in Taylor.
Okay, so there's already a bus that comes through Taylor. So that's been operating for, I think, about 2 years now. So yep, there's already public transport there.
Lovely. And the second one is that, is there a zoned cultural site or temple in Taylor?
There is a temple that's going in, I believe it's a Hindu temple, that's going in kind of next to where the local centre is. That's land has already been provided. It's not being built by the government, so we have no control over when it's going to be open, but our understanding is it's on its way.
Lovely. And just to reiterate, both the copy of this presentation and any unanswered questions will be sent via an email after this event. Okay, my next question is another one for you, Dave. Will there be a childcare centre in Taylor?
So the Suburban Land Agency isn't building a childcare centre. We develop the land, etc. That doesn't necessarily mean that a private provider will not provide one. We've actually had a bit of interest from a couple of providers looking at blocks that they could purchase and develop into that. So we expect that there probably will be one soon. It could even be that when the local centre gets sold, there may even be one that goes into that. So.
Thank you. Cassandra, one for you. If I'm successful in the ballot, can I then add more people?
Okay, so like we said earlier, with your registration, whoever is on the registration forms part of the contract. So you won't be able to then go and add someone on. You may be able to remove someone, but you will not be able to add anybody on to there.
Thank you. And Kathy, one for you. What sort of time frame to settle the land and option for delayed settlement if available? To confirm, what date does the sale start and the process to register the name?
Okay, so because it is land ready, you've only got 60 days after the exchange. So the exchange on the block selection day, you'll need a 5% deposit to exchange, and then you'll have 60 days for settlement where the remaining 95% is due. So is that answering the question? Did I get all of that, Alyssa?
I think so, yes, thank you. Okay, everyone, I've just got our last two questions before we wrap this up. Dave, one for you. Can you tell us whereabouts in Taylor this final release is?
Okay, so this is in what's called Taylor Stage 3. So this is the very northern part of Taylor. It comes up, like I said before, right up next to the reserve at very north of Canberra.
Great, thank you. And Cassandra, last one to you. Can household members, are they able to register separately?
Okay, so if you're a household member and you are a sister and a brother, you can register separately, but I just suggest that if you have any questions, refer to the terms and conditions regarding related parties and who is eligible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the panel for answering those questions. And thank you so much to you, our audience, for asking them. That's all we have time for tonight. But as I mentioned earlier, any questions we haven't had a chance to get to, we will be sending out answers via an email. And also in that email, there will be a link to the presentation. And if you haven't done so yet, please feel free to leave us feedback on how tonight went. There's a yellow button on your screen where you'll be able to share this with us. The Suburban Land Agency and Independent Property Group are always available here to help you throughout the ballot process. So please feel free to reach out anytime. We are here to answer your questions and to assist. As we finish up tonight's session, I would like to thank you all for joining us. It's fantastic to see so many interested and excitement about this land release. We hope tonight has given you further information to make your new home a reality for you. And we look forward to joining you in your journey on making Taylor your new neighbourhood.